new camera, new quality, new direction. Let's do this. So as you guys can tell, I've changed the intro a little bit and changed, I guess, everything that I'm doing a little bit, just in an effort to try and make my channel more entertaining and to make it more like what I imagined it to be like. So for today's video, as you can tell from before, it's about my top 5 what if questions. So let's just get straight into it. This is part of a tag, but I'll talk about that a bit more afterwards. So this one is kind of cliched, but I mean, it's that way for a reason. It is a really big and interesting question because what if we aren't alone? What if there are aliens out there? What if we already know they exist? What if they live on Earth? I mean, they're pretty big questions, and as soon as we get an answer to one of those questions, it could change our lives forever because right now maybe governments know, but we, as common people, don't know, are aliens real or not? And it's one of those things where you can't really disprove that unless you can tell that you have thoroughly swept the entire universe. It's just something that until proven false entirely, it could still be possible, because think about how big the universe is. So this one's the flip side of the first one. What if we are alone? I remember reading this quote where it talked about, or essentially went along the lines of, we are either entirely alone or entirely not alone in the universe, and either concept is really scary, which is, I guess, kind of true if you think about it, because if we're alone, that means that it's kind of lonely, because if you think about how big the universe is and we're the only living things, it's almost a frightening thought. Plus also, it means that if we ever need help from someone beyond Earth, there is no one there for us, it's just up to us. But then on the other hand, if there are aliens, who's to say they're friendly? Who's to say that they won't kill us? But then again, who's to say that if they are higher life forms, as some people like to think, who's to say that maybe they've realized that violence isn't the answer, that they should work together with us to make the world or the universe a better place? So this one's now moving away from all the cliched ones, and let me explain what I mean by this. So I've always had this, I guess, weird question in my head where what if our looks, the way we look, was not dictated by genes, our parents, etc., but by our morals? So if you were an immoral person, your looks would be, I never thought of it as you being ugly, but you being more like monstrous. So say if you were someone who loved violence, who was very rude, mean, who just loved to hurt people, a sadist in some sense, then you would be, I guess, monster-like in appearance, like, I don't know, maybe black wings, like you'd be black, you'd be very disturbing to look at, that kind of thing. But then again, if you're a good person, you'd be very beautiful and you'd be very just pleasant to look at, and I guess in some ways this would be almost a nicer world, because that way beauty wouldn't be dictated by what's on the outside, it'd be dictated by what's on the inside. So I don't know, it's just an interesting thought to think about. This is a big question, like what if we had all the answers? Think about the amount of questions you have in your day-to-day lives, and then someone gave you all the answers. You knew every single thing you wanted to know. I guess this comes down to the concept, with great power comes great responsibility, because we would have a lot of power. Some might argue, we might have all the power, because, I mean, you know everything. You know how to do anything, how to make anything, how to be anything, and that's in some ways a scary thought, because think about how people would use that power. Then again, you could argue as well, if they knew everything, they would also know the right way to live their lives. But I don't know, I guess it's just one of those things you have to think about. This one, I guess, requires you to think a little bit outside of the box, and it's kind of like with animals. Think about it, the way that they live their lives is very sustainable. The way we live our lives, we're running the earth, I guess it's not the best way to put it, but we're literally running the earth into the ground. We're destroying it. We're destroying the environment, we're polluting, we're cutting down trees, we're doing all of that stuff. But animals, they're not. They've learned to live their lives in a way where the environment survives, they survive, and I mean they have violence and all of that. And some people might say their methods of living are barbaric, but I mean, in all honesty, in the end, if they were just living by themselves, they would stay alive, like the earth wouldn't be ruined, but we're ruining the earth. So I guess in some ways, animals are smarter than us. We just, I guess, part of our human pride is we don't want to acknowledge that. So now about the tag. So the tag is your top 5 favorite what if questions. And I mean, they can be any questions. They don't have to be as open-ended as mine. They might be a lot more narrowed down. That's okay. So I challenge everyone who's watching this video to either make their own video about their top 5 what if questions, or to leave in the comments down below their top 5 what if questions. And anyone who does make a video, I'll make a playlist and I'll add all the videos into the playlist. Just comment down below when you make one and I'll check it out and I'll add it, or tweet me or send me a message on Instagram or email me or something, just letting me know that you've made the video so I can add it. And yeah, so I hope you guys all like this new direction I'm taking with my channel, and I think I might be uploading 2 videos this week. I'm not sure. I'm just about to try and film another one which is quite, I guess, more fun. It's not going to be as serious, and so I'd love it if you guys could check it out as well. And as always, if you could like, comment, share, subscribe, I would love you for it, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you next time.